Hello ladies and gentlemen, and I am Screechy Guru coming at you with another video. Today I'll be discussing my open spoilers for Superman 2025. It has been almost 2 weeks since its release, so now I'm doing my open spoilers. If you guys have caught my previous video on non-spoiler, I appreciate you for checking that out. So going into this, I do have a bit of swag, showing off a little popper on top of the cup, the Superman emblem. Pretty cool. I got this at AMC. I have recently heard they do have the Superman gold chain to check out. I might have to pick that up soon. But going off with some swag, I did pick up the AMC cup, which is very handy. It does come with a cape, which I thought was very fancy. Going off the story real quick, James Gunn had a fantastic start to a new universe. I do want to say, for anybody that hasn't seen it, be sure to watch out for spoilers, because this is open spoiler. But Superman was fantastic, opening with a crawl, which was new for Superman, showing off his journey thus far in the universe, revealing that he has only revealed himself 3 years into his superheroism, so that's cool. They mention that there are many contributing factors to this universe. There's not just the fortress. He does have the Fortress of Solitude in this film, which I kind of disliked about Man of Steel. He was just using a ship the whole time. They didn't have a crystalline fortress for him, but they did fix that in this James Gunn film. The acting was fantastic. I don't want to give away too many scenes for those of you that haven't seen it, but the Superman's flight, was fantastic, very bright. I do want to go into some acting real quick. Rachel Brosnahan as Lois was fantastic as well. Kind of wish she had a little bit more scenes to do stuff. There's a fantastic scene with her on top of the Daily Planet, where she takes Perry White and other members of her work to report on the story with Jimmy Olsen, so that's really cool. Jimmy Olsen seems to be a ladies' man in this film, so that's very interesting. They changed the character up a bit to be modern, so that's really cool. Lex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult, was fantastic as well. I say that a lot, but really good acting. Interesting to see they've recently divulged the budgets for these films, and it seems that Rachel Brosnahan and David Cornsweet both made $750K, where Nicholas Hoult made $2 million on this film, which I thought was very interesting to see. Crypto was really good. I was kind of nervous about how they'd use him, but Crypto was used really well. The other members in the film, we've got Isabella Marcet as Hawkgirl, Nathan Fillion's Green Lantern, and Mr. Terrific, really good as well. Even Metamorpho was used well in this film. They went into a bit of smaller universe, pocket universes, so that was cool, showing off the tech. I didn't think it had too much going on. I didn't think it was convoluted. I liked the music choice for it, so that was really cool. Let's see, do I have my phone on me? I think I can pull up real quick the soundtrack for the movie, because they played a really good Iggy Pop song at the end, which some people were confused by, but I really liked it. Punk Rocker by Iggy Pop and Teddy Bears. So I really like that song. It's very James Gunn style. This was a sort of 80s punk rocker lover movie, showing that, Superman's punk rock. Punk rock is cool again. So that's very fascinating. As far as the overall threat, the Omni-Man, or whatever you call it, Utopian, or the villain for the film, I thought was very interesting premise, given that it is a clone of Superman. They do go into that, in fact. I did suspect they would do that. The Hammer of Bravia was an interesting side character, and the fact that they went political with this film a little bit, with the conflict overseas, that was interesting as well. But yeah, I really liked the heart that they put into this movie. I loved the story overall. Interesting choice to have Bradley Cooper as Zor-El. and the message that they were telling their kid, Superman. We chose this planet for you to do the most good. And then the second part of the message that was released, translated by the engineer. So I'm not exactly sure if it was true or not. Talking about the harem and him having to raise as many kids as he can to reenact Krypton. I don't know if that's something necessarily Zor-El would say to Superman, given that all the previous incarnations, that didn't really seem like the deal. But maybe this is James Gunn saying, oh, you need to have a lot of super people in this franchise going forward. They have announced that Rachel Brosnahan might be getting powers in the sequel. She might become a superwoman. They've done this parody in Smallville. They've done this before and other things. So that's very interesting to hear. But going on into some movie news, I do have a bit of a script written out to go over. So let's see. I mentioned last week John M. Chu is set to direct a Hot Wheels movie for Warner Brothers. So that sounds very interesting. We're not sure exactly what the story is yet, but there has been rumor that it might be racers going up against AI. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that, but let's see. Going on to some other news. We've got Tron. The original Tron film was upscaled to 8K for the release of the new Tron Ares, so that's really fun. They recently dropped a new trailer for Tron Ares, so be sure to check that out. It's a story trailer. Also letting us know it's dropping in October. Let's see. The Jaws 50th anniversary screenings are going to be starting in August, so very fun to see that. I saw at the beginning of the Jurassic World, the trailers and everything, they played a trailer for the new 50th anniversary screening, so that's very fun. Let's see. Always Sunny in Philadelphia started its 17th season, so very interesting stuff there, guys. If you have Hulu, you can watch it on there. They did do a crossover episode with Abbott Elementary, which was very interesting to hear. Guy Ritchie has stepped away from directing Roadhouse 2, Jake Gyllenhaal, so they are currently looking for a new director for that project for Amazon. The Naked Gun film with Liam Neeson supposedly has a runtime of 80 minutes, which is fantastic. Not too long, not too short either. All of the Naked Gun films seem to be around 80 minutes, so it's good that they're sticking with the tradition. Let's see. Rumors that Doom will appear in Spider-Man Brand New Day and introduce Peter to the symbiote Venom, possibly by Secret Wars or before Secret Wars, because we do know he's supposed to be getting the black suit. But there are rumors now that Doom might be introducing Venom to Spider-Man. That's very interesting. Let's see. Superman joins Fortnite for gaming history, so that's very interesting. Superman and Crypto are now on Fortnite. Let's see. Five Nights at Freddy's test screenings were very successful. Megan 2.0 earns $10 million, so it's not very financially successful for Megan 2.0. But we also heard Blumhouse has pushed out female talent from the script of Megan 2, so that might have been why it wasn't so financially successful. The woman that was allowed to write the script on the first film was iconic. It made a lot of money, and then Blumhouse seemed to have pushed the writer out and replaced her with new talent, and the new talent didn't seem to know what they were doing. So very interesting here. Jurassic World Rebirth hit a big splash with $57 million on opening day and $350 million on the first week. So it's doing very well, even though it has a B for a cinema score, which is the lowest any of the Jurassic Parks or Jurassic World has ever had. But despite having a lower score, it's still earning money. James Spader is supposed to return as Ultron in a human form, so that's very interesting to hear. We got our first look at Dominic McLaughlin as Harry Potter and Nick Frost as our new, let's see, Nick Frost, where did I put that down? Okay. Nintendo files copyright for a untitled Donkey Kong film, so that's very interesting to hear as well. Trying to see back through my notes. Legendary might buy Lionsgate as a potential studio merger, studio buying out. There's rumors about Mr. Terrific and Jimmy Olsen potentially getting a spin-off series after Superman. So it's very interesting to hear. Ryan Coogler's working on an X-Files series. That's supposedly his next project after Sinners. It's going to be the new X-Files reboot or spin-off. So yeah, really cool that Andor Season 2 is getting Emmy nominations right now. So that's really fantastic. Penguin, the limited series, earns 24 nominations from the Emmys. X-Men turns 25 years old, so the first film from the early 2000s is now 25 years old. Aaron Taylor Johnson will play a werewolf in Robert Eggers' Werewolf, set for 2026, with Lily Rose Depp returning. So that's really fascinating to hear. Robert Eggers working on some new horror. Legend of Zelda has officially casted their Bo Braggerson and Renegade Nail and Zelda, and Benjamin Evan Arswood as Link. So that's very interesting. It's going to have a 2027 release. We also got Spielberg's UFO movie with Emily Blunt has been seen by some people, test screenings, and they're saying it's pretty good. Practical Magic 2, really excited about this, guys. They are announcing that Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman will return, as well as the aunties. And we've got some new cast. We've got Joey King returning, or actually new cast. Joey King, Lee Pace from Foundation. Very interesting to hear. He may play the villain for this film. I'm assuming he might play the villain. And we've got Xolo Maridueña, our Blue Beetle, is also showing up for Practical Magic 2. So it's very interesting to see. And then National Treasure 3 is in the works after the sequel, National Treasure 2, is 15 years old. So that's very interesting to hear. They do have a Disney Plus TV show that I don't believe many people watched of National Treasure, but they do want to bring back Nicolas Cage for the infamous role. So yeah, looking back through my notes, I'm surprised I didn't have that Nick Frost information brought down, but let me look it up just real quick. Out of the soundtrack real quick. Nick Frost as Hagrid. He's playing Hagrid in the live-action Harry Potter TV show from HBO Max. So that's very good to hear. I'll give you a little bit of a look of how he looks. Very nice. But yeah, very interesting. They are casting officially. Supposedly the casting for Voldemort has begun, but they have not openly told who it is going to be. Ralph Fiennes played the last Voldemort in the movies, so I'm guessing they're going to get a high caliber actor. Let me just go back real quick. Cast. Look up their current images. Let's see, because we've got this one right here. Close that. Here's one of the children. Try to see if I can get it to go to the side. Nice image of the kids, how they're going to look. So that's cool. This was dropped a couple weeks ago. And then, of course, now we've got our official look at Hagrid, which is really good. Almost a little bit better than the guy who played him in the movies, who recently passed. I know that was big R.I.P. But here's a look at Dominic McLagan as Harry. Very nice. But yeah, they should be dropping some more pics and some more interviews in the next couple of days. I do know that they recently dropped the tronares trailer today, and then of course Mortal Kombat 2 dropped a trailer as well, so be sure to check that out. There's all kinds of movie news happening, so be sure to like the video, comment down below what you think. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. You can also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and on Threads at SceneScreenGuru. Future updates on all kinds of stuff, guys. Until next time, have a good one. Ciao.